Hello, so hey everyone, and today we're gonna see our pivot tables. So what are pivot tables actually? So pivot table is the way to summarize and analyze the data which we already have in a tabular form. So we can apply some aggregation, we can apply some average count, these kind of function, group the data according to our need, and to reorganize them to have a better understanding and better analysis. So let's see a beautiful example of how we can actually do that in Python. You might have seen that in Excel, but if you have to learn data analysis or these kind of stuff, you should know that how to create it in Pandas. So let's jump on to that one. Here, I have a small data which consists of 4 columns. So let's just quickly run that cell first time. It will take a little time, and there we go. The cell is being created. So what we are going to do is to convert it into Pandas data frame because we can make a pivot table in Pandas so easily. So I'm going to import Pandas as PD, runs it, perfect. Now I'm just going to convert this to a data frame. So I'm going to call it df, and I'm going to say pd.read. pd.dataframe, we can say. So it's just like a habit of reading from data CSV. So that was that. Okay, so we got the data frame here. And now let's have a quickly look at our data frame. Okay, it looked fine. So now if I need to create a pivot table, let's take an example of a pivot table. Let's say I want to know my product according to region and how much I sell according to region. So I'm going to have a great type of analysis. So if I have to do this by just watching this could be hard because in normal tables, we are not going to have just 4 rows. So what we are trying to do is to create a pivot table, and that will help us. So let's say pivot. We create a variable which called pivot. So we can name anything the variable under the consideration. And let's say PD, which is a Pandas data frame reference. And we're going to say pivot. Yeah, there we go. We got pivot table. And inside that, it takes a few parameters. And what are these parameters? First of all, our data frame. So our data frame is actually df. So I'm going to say df. The another parameter is the value. So what are the values? The values are actually on which column we are going to perform the aggregation function. So here, if we saw the value, it's going to be sales. So I'm just going to say values equal to, and I'm just going to say sales. I'm just saying sales. Okay, so the next one are going to be another parameter, and that parameter is actually an index. So what is actually index? The index is according to which row we want our analysis. So here we want our analysis according to our products, our car, bike. So I want to see my car or bike according to each region, its maximum sale or sum of the sales. So the index is going to be definitely product because we want analysis as a row wise. Okay. And the next thing is going to be column. So what are going to be a column? So column are going to be regions because regions are the thing on which basis we are going to perform our sales summation and how they actually merge with it. So maybe I'm just referring up. Sorry. So I just put like column. Yes, there we go. Columns. And I'm just going to say out here region. All right. So now our data for the pivot table is actually being set. The other part is what we want to do with that. We want to sum them. We want to the actually values. What you want to do with that? You want to sum them. You want to maximum find. You want to find minimum. So I want to find maximum. So I'm just going to say aggregation function equal to, and I'm just going to say sum. That's it. And we have like the fill the values. If values are null, you're just going to fill them with the 0. So we can also do that. It's going to say that way. Okay, perfect. So what are we trying to do is that we define that our rows will be product. The product will be our rows. And then our columns will be according to region. And then we have values that are sum of our sales. So let's run it, see if any error, no errors. We can go ahead and print out our pivot table. there we go. Our pivot table is there. So you can see that the products are actually our rows that I just said, which are our index. The products are our index values, and the value actually inside the tables are the summation of the sales. And that we have like the aggregation function of sum, and the columns that we define are the region based. So you can see that east and west are our columns. So this was a short tutorial to how to create a pivot table inside Python. You can try different things out and reach me out if you want a personal tutoring. And yeah, this was just a small example. Goodbye.